Welcome, everybody. And the countdown is down. Sonya is about to jump out of her skin right now. She is ready to go. She's been watching that clock for about 5 hours now. Tick tock, tick tock. Hey, KK, what's up? How you doing? Sonya's watching that clock. I bet that clock been dragging by today. I'm surprised she didn't get fired the way she was talking in Vermont's live stream this morning. Sounded like she was goofing off all day. Sounded like her and a coworker were goofing off at work today. I'm doing okay, just chilly outside. Yeah, you've been goofing off today. I saw you in Vermont Paint's live stream. KK said, I'm doing okay, just chilly outside. Right now, it's 85 degrees here, KK. 85 degrees and humid right now. And it says rain off and on. But right now, the sun's shining, and it's 85 degrees, and it's humid. Humid. So, yeah, I'm hot. It's hot. No breeze. Usually a breeze helps out a little bit, but right now we got no breeze. It's just hot. Hey, Madonna, how you doing today, my friend? Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it. Hot and humid here in the great state of South Carolina. South Kakalaki, as most people call it. South Kakalaki, as most people call it. But yeah, I was lurking during Vermont's live stream today, and I saw where Sonya and her coworker were goofing off and laughing and playing and carrying on at work. I saw that. I saw it. There's Vermont Paint now. There's Vermont Paint now. Appreciate the like and share, Arlene Verdita. Yeah, he didn't even say nothing to her. Okay, Mrs. M. Yeah, her and a coworker laughing and carrying on and goofing off at work today. Yep. She should be ashamed of herself. She should have just punched out and went home at lunchtime today. She should have just hit the time clock and punched out and went home at lunchtime today. What's up? Yes, he did laugh out loud. Yeah, Vermont should have told you to punch out and go home. Speaking of dude love.
Like she'd listen to me.
There's dude love right there. I can't believe she put it in the chat that she's laughing and goofing off and carrying on at work today.
Because the boss wasn't there.
Yeah, she could have made it like she was actually doing something, instead of telling everybody, oh, I'm at work laughing and joking and carrying on at the filling machine with a coworker. And yeah.
I don't know how to block that picture. Last time I did that, I overheated the darn thing. Actually, it's not too bad, is it? There we go.
Sonya said I was good today. You weren't good today. Don't even try it.
No, she sends me a text message. Yeah, we were goofing around.
She put it in your chat in your live stream.
I was kind of focused. I don't know why.
I can't believe she was doing that. Dude, it's hot.
Oh,
It's 85 degrees, and I don't know what the humidity is, but it's hot. And no breeze at all.
75, cool breeze. Feels like 75. Of course, it's only going to be 60. Oh, man, I got some garbage coming, don't I?
It's what the National Weather said you do.
Holy moly, I didn't even know that was on its way. Ugly with a chance of a whole lot more ugly. Yeah, I'd say I got some stuff on its way.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have the multitasking gene, Sonya said.
No, she does. I'm sorry. But yeah, okay.
KK said it's 61 and cold and damp in Michigan right now.
Yeah, it's been kind of misty all day here, kind of spitting. You know, that rain that's not quite rain with your windshield wipers, but you can't put it completely on the low because it's just enough to irritate the living crap out of you.
We get that a lot here.
Kind of like following a tractor trailer, you know, after it rains.
Well, it's like this morning and yesterday morning. It's so foggy here because of the humidity that it's almost like that mist. And the same thing, you get in the car to go to the store and you turn the wiper on the lowest intermittent it'll go, and it just don't work. So you're better off just turning it on, wiping, go for a few seconds, turn it back on, turn it off, go for a few seconds, turn it off, turn it back on.
Yeah, I use Rain-X on my windshield.
And I hate
just because I don't want to deal with it. I didn't want to deal with that stuff.
I used to, especially on all my company vehicles, and when I worked for several companies, I had to drive my own vehicle. I used to use that Rain-X for on the interstates. It comes in handy, dude.
I actually put it on my headlights of my car because the bugs, you know, are terrible up here. And it helps keep them, you know, easier to wash off.
It's like them love bugs in Florida. Good God, they're horrible.
Yeah, we got a problem with those orange Japanese beetles this year. Lots and lots of ladybugs, my butt. Those things bite.
Ms. M says, hey, guess what I found out last night? I found out my juror service is requested.
Yep, they're not going to ask me that. No, not going to happen.
Dude, I think I told y'all the story. First time I ever got notified that I had go for the jury duty. Dude, it was for the grand jury. And went through that thing, and it came down where there was only 30 of us left. And they were drawing 15 names. They drew 15 names out of a hat. The person beside on each side of me got picked. Luckily, I didn't. But here, that lasts 12 months. And then after the 12 months, they picked 6 people to serve another year. So some of those people could end up having to do that crap for 2 years. But by making it to the finals, I was exempt from jury duty for 10 years.
Yeah. They kind of just don't even remotely ask me.
Well, I've got picked twice since that time, and both times court got canceled. Just little magistrate court, not the dang federal court. I've just been picked we have a lot of small magistrates here that does small traffic fines and small crimes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But luckily, they canceled it both times. One time they didn't send me a letter or call me, so I drove all the way to the other end of the county and got there, went inside, and they said, "Oh, we forgot to notify you. It's been canceled today. You're free to go."
Say thanks. Appreciate it. Where's my money? Yeah. I guess they
Yeah.
don't like it. They don't like it when you say, "Well, is the death penalty reenacted?" They kind of just look at you, go, "Thank you."
Let's see here. I just got off the phone. The RV guy was at my neighbor's fixing something, and they told him about the freshwater leak we had. He called to tell me he fixed it for free. Wow, Sonia.
Maybe because she's threatened to go shopping right after this year's over, and not buy that product.
Probably. I hear you, Mrs. M. Yeah, I did not want to do that. I did not want to have to do that grand jury, dude, because they show them people all the horrible photos and all that stuff, dude. I did not want nothing to do with the grand jury.
Yeah, no. I don't have to worry about it now. Apparently, I'm too crazy.
Madonna said, I served federal grand for a year, 2 days a week. They said we can be picked for local jury, but not federal for 10 years. We're here in South Carolina. I was exempt from all jury duty for 10 years. Every time they'd send me a thing, Madonna, I'd send them back a copy of where my federal grand jury, and they'd say, bye.
Hi, Granny.
Hey, gambling granny. How in the world you doing, young lady? Appreciate you stopping in. I hope you're doing great.
She hit the big jackpot the other day.
As soon as he took the freshwater fill off the camper, the hose popped off. He reattached the hose and said, we're good to go. Well, there you go. Yeah, exactly, Madonna. I didn't want to do that federal grand jury because I don't want to see that stuff. Well, Gambler After Dark this morning, him and Carter Price scratched a ticket, won $100, and the gambler scratched one right behind them and won $200.
She hit a big win on a slot. So it was just, they won just shy of cash payout, the tax part, where you have to fill out your W-2 crap there, 1099 or whatever.
1099, yeah.
Just came up short. What a deal, huh? Nothing
Dude,
like winning just a couple dollars short. So that's free money right there.
Dude, when I hit that playing Mississippi Stud poker up in New York,
Hand pay. That's what
I hit the progressive, but I wasn't betting max bet. I didn't win but $1,400. They did a 1099 on me on the $1,400.
What is it? $1,200 for a hand pay?
I think down here in South Carolina it's anything over $500.
Wow.
Or maybe it's a grand. Maybe it's a grand here. Might be a grand's what it is.
She's headed to Vegas.
Oh Lord, gambling granny in Vegas. KK said Dad did good at the casino today. KK, he needs to start going every day. Every day. He needs to go.
1,200 is hand pay.
1,200.
That's not too bad. So you want to win $11.99.
Dude, New York State sent me all kinds of stuff, want me to file state taxes in New York.
Yeah,
I had a heck of a time with them people aggravating me to death.
My wife goes to the Indian casino over in New York. She's like, no, sorry. I don't have to pay your garbage. Because it's a different thing, They're their own little nation.
1199.99 is the best. That's what we got up in Western North Carolina now. The Harris came in up there and put one on the Cherokee Indian Reservation over there.
So there you go.
They can't to get in there. They had to put in a whole new underground water system for the reservation. They made them build new elementary school, new high school. They had to hire so many of the Indians from the reservation. They put all kinds of rules and regulations on Harris to get them in there.
Yeah, what's that going to take them 6 months to pay that off, though?
And then each month, I forgot how much money it is. They get a check each month. It's not a lot, but each person you have to be on the roll on the reservation. You get a check every month.
Yeah, there's huge money in it, though. I mean, big, big money.
Yeah, I've never heard anybody winning up there. Everybody that goes up there loses.
Sue and her sister do very well over here. She, as a rule, comes back with 2 to 3 times what they bring. So,
well, that's like KK's dad. Seems like every time he's going, he's winning $100 or $200, and KK about 9 out of 10 times she's coming home with about $100 in her pocket.
I think between Sue and her sister and Nick, they came home with $1,700 last time. That's not too bad. Of course, they buy food there. They buy soft drinks there. They buy gas and food on the way home. So you could cut that just about in half. It's expensive.
Mrs. M, you should be able to get out of that, Mrs. M. You should get out of the jury duty. All you got to do is call them and explain your situation, and you can get out of it.
Can't drive at night. So you got to be able to leave before it gets dark, before you get home, because she's got cataracts.
Yeah, she can't hardly see to drive. She's taking care of a disabled husband. There's all kinds. You can get out of that. Piece of cake.
That one, that's nothing. That's an easy one to get out of for her.
Yep.
Just the unable to drive at night thing is because you got to be there before it starts in the morning, and you got to be there until it ends at the end of the day, and it could be dark by that point. So.
Yep. So what'd you get in trouble for today?
I don't think anything.
Come on now. You had to do something wrong today.
No, I've been down here most of the day. Cleaning. Staying out of everybody's sight line. Safer. I'll get in trouble when I'm not upstairs.
Be careful. You'll come home one day and she'll have your bed and everything else moved downstairs for you.
No, not until my daughter's,
Yeah, that's true. Hey, Carolyn. How you doing today, my friend?
We only got one bed. Just a really big king. We're a California king. Annoying. Too big.
Yeah, but she's just going to put you a rubber mat down and throw a pillow and a blanket.
It's bad when you got to pick up your cell phone and text your wife as you're laying in bed and she's just on the other side,
I hear you.
There's like a Great Wall of China between, the pillow wall.
Yeah.
They got the body pillow and
one of them pillows that's about 6 foot long.
Yeah, it's like, hello.
Carolyn says, good, daughter is in Asheville for a concert. What's she doing? What concert she seeing in the big A town, Carolyn?
Country.
That's my old stomping grounds. Dude, Asheville's where I saw Kiss open for Three Dog Night in the Asheville Civic Center way back in the day.
There's a rumor out there that there's a studio recording of Kiss playing a country song in the studio just for goofing around. Now, I would like to get my paws on that one.
Yep. Miss M said, I've called Michael in the same room before.
I do it all the time. I lost my phone. No, just a minute. So my daughter stopped by this afternoon. She might even still be here. She hands me her horn out of her car. Did I tell you about this yesterday?
No.
She's driving down the road and she hears the clink, 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 clink sound. She pulls over and her horn is hanging by the wires underneath her car. I was like, okay, where does it go? I don't know. Ooh, did you do something? No. Did you hit something? No. So the horn just falls out.
Wow.
And they just put the motor in that car last past summer. So I'm thinking, how many other nuts and bolts are not loose and tight in this car?
Yeah, when they put it all back together again.
So I put the horn in. I look down, and the shift linkage that goes on top of the transmission is a cable with a little connector on it.
Right.
It has baling wire on it.
I was getting ready to say, did they put a zip tie on there?
Nope, baling wire. Apparently, they broke the clip. I was like, I don't have that clip, but you're going to order it. It's like, good job. I don't know. That car's motor's going to fall out one of these days.
Sonia says, Bree just entered Nebraska.
Oh, no. So
how in the world is she going from Washington to Michigan, going south?
Why is she going down to go over?
I ain't got a clue, dude.
Hey, Fatima, how are you? Arlene, hello. That doesn't make sense to me.
Me neither.
Well, I know duct tape can fix almost anything, but not when it comes to transmissions and shifting. And you don't wire brakes. Well, okay. You don't wire the front brakes. It's okay to, disconnect the emergency brake in the back, cut the cable. That's okay. You can vice grip those rear lines too. That's okay too. You don't need those back there.
Hey, amazing. That makes no sense to me. Why Bree and them would be going through all the way down to Nebraska to come across?
Unless they don't want to drive across the mountains.
Well, she had to come up and over the mountains in Oregon.
Yeah, because she can't go to Canada. So she can't go up. She had to.
Yeah, she had to come across the mountains in Oregon. And she must have come down through Idaho and Wyoming, all that, dude. I don't know. That's just weird to me.
Okay.
See, if I was going out there, I wouldn't even go through Nebraska coming from here. I'd end up going across Kansas and heading straight out to Denver and then turn north at Denver. Coming from way down here in the south.
Okay. Washington State.
I mean, it's not like it's snowing in Wyoming and Montana and stuff yet, or the Dakotas or Minnesota or none of that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Why? every MapQuest thing, the most fuel efficient, 1 day and 9 hours, a couple thousand miles. There is there's no way. Why would you even remotely be way down there?
Unless you're going to visit somebody or meet up with somebody and on the way up there. I don't know, dude. That's like going around your backside to get the elbow.
Montana, North Dakota.
Yep. Down through Minnesota.
Yep. And
across the bottom part of Wisconsin, and you're in Michigan.
I guess she could have went to New Mexico if she wanted to. I don't know. That one's not making any sense to me.
Travel Dreamer says she's going to end up in Florida if she isn't careful.
I mean, you're almost 12 hours out of your way if you hit Nebraska.
Yeah.
She did that whole right turn at Albuquerque thing.
Something.
Somebody might want to give her a jingle.
Yeah, Sonya, you might want to check with Bree and ask Bree if Bugs Bunny told her to take the wrong right turn in Albuquerque or something.
Because she could have just drove across the top. There's no tolls. It's a pretty decent road, if I kind of vaguely remember it.
Yes, and it's not winter yet, so you ain't got to worry about snow or ice or nothing.
There's some rain, but whatever, you're going to get rain. It's going to happen. Yeah, something's not making sense. You're almost an entire. I mean,
by the time you went all the way south to Nebraska,
you're an entire state.
Yeah, you could have been way on your way to being in Michigan.
Yeah, because it's only a couple thousand miles from Washington State to Michigan. Yeah, look at KK. What? KK. Yeah, she is.
Dude, that is a boring drive across the state of Nebraska or Kansas or Oklahoma, anywhere out there. When you're traveling all the way across the state, it's like you ain't never going to make it from one side to the other.
I had to pick up a load in Columbus, Indiana, and drive it to Nebraska, and it was literally just snore. You know, it's like corn, rolling hills, corn, nothing. There's no trees, not a lot.
No, it's horrible.
It's kind of like being on the water. You kind of lose a little sense of direction.
Hello, Rose. How are you doing today, Wicked Witch of the East? Are you feeling any better?
I asked Rose.
I saw her in your live stream today.
Yeah, she's telling me I have to do something.
Yeah, she's telling you that you have to go up on the panel.
Yeah.
Like she's some kind of boss or something.
I'm not afraid of her.
So it's not really. So she must not be feeling any better. Hey, Naj.
Hi, Naj. Yes, Bruce. Yes. Not even well, if you want, it's yep, you are.
Yeah, she's awful darn bossy.
I'm really. Oh, see, there we go. Look how she's asking you, though.
No, they don't want me up on their panel. Everybody leaves if I go up on their panel.
So I'll leave it fun there.
I am still amazed at why Bree is in Nebraska.
Yeah, but as a Rose, I kind of really don't want any.
Yeah, we'll really see, SF Rose. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Guess you're wicked.
Yeah, right, SF Rose. I'm the sweetest, nicest, most innocent, most naive person you've ever talked to in your life, SF Rose.
TR is looking for a panel with options. Opinions. Oh, opinions. Oh, no, they don't want my opinion.
They don't want my opinion either.
And us together on that one panel, that's a really heavy opinion.
Especially if they're talking about relationships or stuff like that. No.
Yeah.
They don't.
Right on.
Tonight at 10 p.m., TR will be on News and Reviews. You know good and well I ain't going to be there at 10 p.m.
10 p.m. is like almost past my bedtime.
That ain't happening.
You've already been asleep for an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no. Yeah, they didn't want to. Did you read the conclusion?
No.
Homicide.
Oh, I saw it was homicide, but they didn't say what kind of homicide. From what I understand, that's a pretty broad stroke of the brush.
Very.
Homicide.
All that means is it wasn't self-inflicted.
Yeah, I mean, I saw somebody talking on something that said even a bear attack could be considered a homicide. I'm like, what?
No, YouTube hasn't been giving any issues with people talking about that for some reason. Probably because she was a YouTuber and a pretty well-known one. Bugs? What?
I saw something today. I was reading. Apparently, the neighbors across the street had just moved there, I guess this year or something like that. And they didn't really know them that well just by seeing them. But they were saying like a week or week and a half after they came home, I guess the mom and dad had bought in one of those slide-in campers that's got the big long jack poles on it. You back the pickup truck over and set it in the back of the pickup bed.
Yep.
They're saying that camper left, and they saw him and his mom and dad get in the pickup truck and went camping for 3 days. And then the camper showed back up. So I don't know what's going on with that whole situation, dude. There's no telling where that dude is.
He could be in Hades at this point.
Yeah, and if he's out there in that swamp and did something to himself, them alligators done eat him.
Yeah, they'll never find him. We got huge snakes down that way.
Yeah.
Bears. Lots of bears. Oh, yeah. They'll never. They might find his backpack, but that's about it.
I hear you, Mrs. M. Yeah, you should be able to get out of that, Mrs. M. I wouldn't worry about it. You should be able to get out of that, no problems. Just call the clerk of court. If you can't get a hold of the people that sent you the thing, just keep trying the clerk of court. You'll eventually get somebody. But yeah, there's enough critters down there in that swamp where if he did do something like that, there ain't nothing left of him.
Yep. People don't realize that Florida actually has a massive bear population.
Exactly.
Huge. I mean, they think alligators are bad down there.
All the way up even into the panhandle, dude. They got bear crossing signs and everything else. They got so many black bear down there.
Oh, that and the pigs.
Yep, pigs.
Talk about
snake,
animal.
lizards,
Pig
buzzards.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're in a swamp, it's not like out in the desert where you kind of may end up, you know. You didn't know about bears? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Florida's
Full of them.
huge black bear population. Brown bear. I don't know if they have brown bears. I know they have black bears. They're
Only
not
thing I
big.
know they got's black bear. The only thing I ever saw on the power lines was black bear in the swamp.
Yeah, that's what we have up here, black bears.
That's what we got up home too, black bear. They get pretty big up home though. The ones in Florida I saw, they were all pretty small, but the ones we get up home, they're pretty large black bear.
I've seen a couple older ones that probably would stand 6, 7 feet tall if they were standing upright. But I went fly fishing in Alaska, and the guide I was with turns around and goes, I'm like, dude. He says, cover your ears. I'm sitting in my fishbowl. Bang! I said, what the heck? I turn around, it's big, huge bear sitting there. I mean, big, like head, like it's big. I said, will that scare it? He says, they'll come back.
I had a second cousin used to go up there and go Kodiak bear hunting with a bow and arrow.
Yeah. Maybe if I brought my kid with me, I'd do that, but not by myself. I don't even know if that new thing my son bought me would stop that thing. One.
Biggest bear I ever saw in person in my life in the wild was out there in California. One of them gigantic brown bears or whatever they got out there. Dude, we were way back in. I mean, we were in the middle of nowhere splicing fiber. And there was a big old pond there. And that you could see that thing coming down the side of the mountain, come down to that pond to get water. We had everything packed up and was sitting in the truck, left the fiber just hanging, ready to drive off if it came over on our side.
Because they can run. They can outrun us easily. See, up here, they won't come near you. They've been scared too much.
Well, what happens up in western North Carolina, up on the Cherokee Indian Reservation, that's where a lot of people come and camp because they stock the creeks up there with rainbow trout. So everybody comes and camps and goes fishing and all that stuff.
Junk snacks.
A lot of people, those mama bears, when they have the babies, you know, they don't mess with them that much. But when they got them babies, dude, then people think they can just go up to them and take pictures and feed them and all that other stuff, and it does not work out well.
You can feed them. Arm, leg, body part. They are just a tad bit protective.
Anya said, I've escaped. Yeah, them babies let out a squeal, dude.
That's the only time when we go out in the woods, obviously we're armed. But if you start hearing that cracking or the grunting sound, you just turn around and walk back the other way.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, that was the problem up home when I was growing up back in the Pisgah National Forest. You used to go deer hunting in there. Well, the problem with it is you used to go bow hunting, black powder hunting, and rifle season. It's a black bear sanctuary. You can't shoot a bear. So when you're in there bow hunting, you can't carry a gun.
No.
When you're in there muzzleload hunting, you get one shot. So if you go back in there bow hunting or muzzleload season, you're pretty much on your own.
See, up here you can carry a black powder pistol with your rifle. But they're single shot, cap and ball. And guess what? They're good for 10 feet. And by that point, guess what?
Too late then.
Way done.
Even if you hit it.
He's going to run you over.
Yep.
Yeah, if you hit it. Yeah, there's people that try to get around that with the whole, like I have a black powder revolver, big one. No, they'll take all of your toys with you. They'll walk away. I probably shouldn't have said that word. I'm sorry. I hope you don't get
good.
trouble.
Sonia says, one step closer to Ohio, Fatima. That's the first step.
Well, Sonia, have you checked with Bree to figure out where she is?
Yeah, Sonia, why is Bree in Nebraska? That's completely out of her way. I don't get that. But what do I know? I'm not Bree.
I don't know. Maybe she wanted to just travel that way. Just to say, hey, we hit that state too on the way through. That way they could just check it off the list. kind of like this a little bit, but look like a zipper, but whatever.
Sonia says, that's what she told me.
But Sonia, that's like on your trip, if you went through Maine on your way to Michigan.
Yeah, exactly, Sonia. That's like you leaving your house, you and Jim, going up to Maine and then turning around and coming around and going to Michigan. Makes no sense. Naj says maybe visiting family. Maybe, Naj. Maybe.
Yeah, it could be. I think I would have saved that for the trip home myself, but you know.
Yeah. Sonia says, hold on one sec. I hear you, Mrs. M.
I need a new chair.
I need a chair, period.
Suppose I could walk in the other room and get one of the other ones.
So I had
my comfortable chair that I love to sit in is that wheelchair that's in the other room.
I had 2 cheeseburger patties last night for supper.
Did you?
Yep.
I had a pretty heavy cheat day today. I had to go get milk at the store down the hill. They have sausage, peppers, and onions.
I
couldn't help it.
I had a Nutri-Grain bar for breakfast. I had 2 packs of instant grits for a mid-morning snack. And at lunch, I had one slice of whole wheat white bread with egg salad. That's all I had today.
Did you ever get that picture I sent of that gluten-free bread I buy? Have you found that? Your store probably doesn't carry it, does it?
I ain't got it, dude. I've went up and down. Every time I go to that grocery store, dude, I go up and down every single aisle, the bread aisle, everywhere, and I read labels and look.
Yeah, this stuff will say Canyon on it. It is amazing.
I ate Indonesian ramen today, off the wagon, Travel Dreamer says.
Indonesian. I miss them.
But normally I would eat 4 slices of bread and 2 egg salad sandwiches is what I would normally eat. But today I had 1 slice of bread with egg salad.
I don't think I even really had dinner last night. I think I forgot. I did that live stream and kind of forgot to.
Oh, and this afternoon I had 2 cups of the low sugar vanilla pudding for afternoon snack. So, I've cut back a lot of my portions, I should say, not proportions, portions. And I've cut out a bunch of stuff I'm not eating, but it seems like I'm eating more times a day of stuff.
Yep. That's what she put. Oh, you probably can't see it.
Can't see it.
It says Nebraska.
Wow.
From Bree. That's just wrong.
Completely.
Yeah, that's the hard part, is changing the amount that you're used to eating, you know. Trying to see if I can just find it real quick without. Yeah, that's it right there. Gluten-free. Yeah. Well, they even have English. They even have English muffins, but.
Yeah, that Travel Dreamers wanting you to send that to them.
Yeah, that's the English muffin version of it, but they have Hawaiian bread and heritage bread, and my favorite is the Hawaiian bread.
I love those Hawaiian dinner rolls covered in butter.
There it is.
I haven't seen that either. I have to look for that.
Yeah, because that, I mean, it's got a little thicker crust on them on the outside, but the inside is soft, and it just, you know, because I can't do gluten. For me, that was finding that stuff was, you know, tuna fish and, you know, lettuce, and now I could have a sandwich where before I couldn't even eat a sandwich.
Dude, I've eaten tuna fish and dang chicken patties. So I'm my body's gonna be half fish, half chicken.
Yeah. Well, I can eat hamburger, but it has to be better than 85, 90% lean. So
Sonya says, "Oh boy,
boy, what?
Oh boy,
Uh-oh.
Oh boy, in a bad way. Oh boy, in a good way. Oh boy, I'm happy way." That's an open-ended statement right there. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Yeah. Oh boy, Bree is lost.
Maybe Bree thought she was going to Florida or somewhere for the meetup.
Does she know the difference between Michigan and Montana? I mean, I'm just checking. Did she put in M-O? M-A?
I'm waiting for her to text Sonya and say, "Sonya, could you and Jim come and meet me and so I can follow you up there?"
Yeah. I'm in Kentucky. Can you swing down? At that point, she might as well just come visit you.
Yeah. Ding. Hey, Dragoon Gaming. Sonya says, "Ding, Bruce."
Sonya, if she sees a sign that says now crossing the Mississippi, just give Hillbilly a call.
Yeah, if she gets on this side of the river, just tell her to call me.
Yeah, because she's not there. I don't have anything. She said ding, but that's the state next to Wyoming.
What?
She's on her way to Missouri.
Why would she go to Missouri? She gonna keep going the way she's going, and Jim and Sonya are gonna be at the meet and greet, and Bree's still gonna be way far away.
Bree will be able to follow their route if she keeps it up from New Jersey. I'm serious. At this point, she's gonna be able to meet. Actually, she'll be visiting Tony Damien in a little while.
Yeah, if she's in Missouri, she might as well stop off and see Tony Damien. I mean, Noni May.
Yeah, Noni's right there.
Madonna says,
actually, Madonna's right there.
Yeah, Madonna says, tell her to wave on her way through.
Maybe she's going to visit Madonna.
Is the Kiss country song called God of Thunder?
I don't know. I didn't know it was recorded. I thought it was just a studio thing. I kind of am a big fan of that bootleg stuff, you know. I mean, I support, obviously, I have thousands of albums, you know, thousands of pieces of music, but I like to get the stuff that, you know, it's kind of just different from everybody else's. I did find a whole box of 8-track tapes today, though.
8-track tapes. I heard y'all used to listen to that stuff back when y'all were younger.
Yep. Nothing better than take the little matchbook and stick it in there to wedge it just a little bit so it doesn't play two songs at the same time. Sonia, tell Bree to stop at Madonna's. She wants to trade pickles. That didn't sound right. That's canned goods. Canned goods. There we go. That's better. Sorry.
You know, a lot of people had more problems with cassette tapes than they did 8-track tapes.
Oh, getting eaten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd see people that have a whole thing of it and they'd have a pin in there trying to turn it and wind it back up.
Yeah, you carry a Bic. It doesn't matter if it ran out. You had to have a Bic with you because that fit perfectly in the cassette.
Yep.
I had a reel-to-reel, but it got damaged in the storage shed, so I couldn't even repair it. I'll have to get another reel-to-reel.
That's why I expanded on the description, Madonna said.
Yeah.
Is that one of those things like Madonna says, Bree, my pickle's bigger than your pickle?
Yeah. Oh, I should show you what I have then, Naj, because I don't have an 8-track tape player anymore. The one in the Carnegie is not. I mean, I probably would keep like Elvis and stuff, but he'd probably like a couple of 8-tracks. I think I might have like Perry Como and things like that. Stuff Hillbilly listened to when he was a kid. Frank Sinatra. Actually, you probably did have Frank playing down there. I hear the country boys up in the hills like Frank Sinatra stuff.
Dude, I never heard Frank Sinatra except at Christmas time.
Tony Bennett.
Who was that other guy?
Bing Crosby.
No. Christmas music. Perry Como or something.
Perry Como. Like yeah, I have Perry Como. Yeah, that's my grandmother, classical stuff, and all of a sudden at Christmas time you hear Bing Crosby and Frank Sinatra and Perry Como and Dean Martin.
I saw reruns of the Dean Martin show. That was a pretty funny show.
Yeah. And a lot more risque than because they put a lot of double entendre stuff, you know.
Well, you know, they say that Sammy Davis Jr. is the one that got Goldie Hawn on Laugh-In. She was working in some club, and apparently he pulled some strings and got her on the show Laugh-In.
Yeah. Imagine playing a ditzy blonde and having as much education as she has.
Yeah.
Because she played like totally spacey.
Well, her and Kurt Russell never did marry, did they? Aren't they still just living together?
No, they're just boyfriend, girlfriend, roommates, whatever. I have a Nancy Sinatra album, KK. Boots Are Made for Walking.
That has got to be one of the dumbest songs I ever heard in my life.
It's one of the greatest videos to ever watch as a kid.
That and Harper Valley PTA.
Yeah. Yeah, I count that right there with the whole 9 to 5 thing, and I'm not a big. I can't listen to that stuff. I did find the entire box set of Leonard Skinner today, though.
Oh, wow. Sonia says, okay, update. So, some of their music that never got released, they say is absolutely awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, Ms. M, be careful. Sonia says she's got an update.
Update is they had a tire low on one side, and it kind of leaned the truck over, and they kind of just went with it, right? Ouch.
She's going to visit someone on Thursday and be at the meetup on Friday. Well, if she keeps going any further south than she's going right now to see somebody on Thursday, she ain't going to be there by Friday. Ooh, Mrs. Vermont. He's got his skateboard, Mrs. Vermont.
Yeah.
Sonia, that ain't a detour. She went all the way halfway across the United States out of her way.
A detour. That's like, by the time she's done, it's going to be close to 1,000 miles.
Wow.
That's a big detour. A detour is like a half hour, 45 minutes, maybe a couple hours away. Maybe.
She'd have been better off having the people come and meet her in Michigan.
Or
somewhere in between.
Oregon, even.
Wow.
When she pulled over last night, they could have met her up there. It would have been like almost in the middle for the two of them. Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm just reporting it as I get it. Sonia says, laugh out loud.
This is the same person who doesn't let a boy bull ever stay a boy.
All right, I got to take a quick break. I got a joke to tell you when I get back.
All right, I'll be here.
Hopefully I don't run off all the women in the live stream, but I have a joke to tell you.
Oh, I doubt you'll run off this group. Hi. So, Naj. Yes, I have. I figured Naj would appreciate that. What do I have on 8-track? I don't know. Well, I'll wait till it gets back, then I'll go grab it. I'm going to get busted? Yeah, probably. She hears these. I have Swiss bearings in it. Yep. I got what did I put on this one? I think I have Crux trucks. I have they're soft poly wheels. And I actually have hubcaps on it. My daughter did. My daughter painted the wall. My daughter and I did. Oh, don't worry. I will. She just told me no more riding around the basement with it. But I did ask for a longboard for Christmas, and she pretty much told me what she thought of me. So, looks like I might have to make my own. Hubcaps, yeah. They're spokes. Well, it's in here. Unless she happens to come in here, which I doubt she will. But when Hillbilly comes back, I'll go grab that box of 8-tracks. Hopefully he doesn't mind. I don't think he will. I just figured I'd stop by today and say hi to him. I'm still collecting stickers, people. Just so you know. I do like YouTube stickers. Elephant? Elephant? Why an elephant? A pachyderm? I don't see an elephant. Am I losing it? Yeah, they're actually blocking hubcap nuts to keep the crap out of the bearings. Maybe Sonya will bring you a sticker? Well, I told Sonya to bring stickers. And Carolina Hillbilly YouTube cards. Just saying. Be nice.
All right, here we go. We're back at it. Looks like it's getting ready to come a heck of a storm. 85 rain coming, it says.
I'll be right back. Naj wants to know what 8-tracks I have. You don't mind, do you?
Nope.
Oh, wait. Be right back. I'll actually mute you. Why don't I do that? Good idea.
So, Sonya, how many people's going to be at the meetup? And the next question is everybody going to be able to fit in one campground?
She said just not in the basement.
No clue. So many additions and cancellations, it's hard to tell at this point. I asked her how many people's going to be. Travel Dreamer, you talking about one of these? One of those? Travel Dreamer? I have a sticker, Travel Dreamer. I have a coffee mug from Nikki Pink and from Nerd of the North.
Holy cow, I didn't realize what was in here.
Grand Funk Railroad, we're an American band. Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water. Hey, Pony Swedman, how you doing, young lady? Appreciate you coming by. Hey, Tony Vlogs.
Country
Welcome
music.
to the live stream, Tony.
Jeff Foxworthy.
I never did like Jeff Foxworthy. Pony Swedman said, hello, Vermont.
Hi, Pony. Sorry. I'm looking.
Pony Swedman says, I'm fine.
How about Kansas?
Kansas, yep.
Yep. Kansas is good.
Hey, Nell Court. What are you doing, Nell Court?
I found an entire Rock and Roll Volume 1 still in plastic.
What year?
50s and 60s.
Yeah, see, I'm not a big 50s or 60s music person.
Leanne Rimes. See, this stuff was sent to me, so I don't.
Nell says, I am home.
A lot of country, a lot of Elvis. Holy cow, lots of Elvis. Benny
Ride
Goodman.
along, gang. How you doing? Dude, you're not going to believe. Everybody grab up Tony's vlogs. He's trying to get to 100. You're going to shoot me when you find out something about me, Vermont, that I did.
Tell me you threw away music.
Remember back in the day, the DJs at the studios used to have those big reel tapes of music? Well, apparently, my mom's last husband, he used to be a DJ in Charlotte, North Carolina at a rock and roll station.
Oh, don't tell me you had one of those.
And I threw all of those reels away when I cleaned out the house before we sold it.
Oh, man. Some of those are worth so much money. I mean, huge money.
Yeah, it all got thrown out.
Is that out of frustration or just because you didn't have the room for it?
Didn't have the room for it. I kept a bunch of the albums, dude. I don't even know where the albums are at. I kept a bunch of the albums he had. Uh-oh. Somebody tried to call you. Now they're trying to call me. What did we do wrong this time?
I don't know.
Mine was an 888 number.
Wait, was that just the same? Nope. Nope, they tried to call with the... here's one. Marilyn Monroe.
Wow. Poor old Marilyn. They sure ruined her life for her, didn't they?
Didn't they? Yeah, they did. Looks like a bunch of Perry Como, Anne Murray, stuff that I don't listen to. History of Rock and Roll Volume 7. Tommy Dorsey. Yeah, no, nothing I'd listen to.
Doesn't look like any rock and roll music, Naj.
Nope. Just, well, there is some Brad Stevens. Nope. It's all country, mostly. Elvis. Wait, what is this one? That is an Elvis. It is Elvis. From 1974. Things like Heartbreak Hotel and things like that. Yep. No.
I threw that away too. My mom had framed the tickets. We were supposed to go see Elvis in Asheville, North Carolina. Disco, wow.
We know that.
Disco.
Couldn't stomach it. Yep. Nope. Broadway hits. No, nothing I'd listen to. Liberace? Nope. Listen, I got some stuff I'll listen to, but that's probably not anywhere on the list of things I would listen to.
KK said disco, love it.
No. Okay, so I got a bunch of 8-tracks and cassettes in there, but I'm not interested in any of them.
Sonia says, I have some of Bruce's CDs held hostage right now.
Some. Yeah, I guess some. Some's an understatement. See, I've got a lot of those. But my LPs you'd like, because I got like Black Sabbath and Nazareth and Alice Cooper and things like that. Heart, Loverboy.
Sonia or Bruce, I got a question for you. Who's the band that sang a song called DOA? And the song was about the guy, I guess, was in a car wreck, and some of the lyrics was, please don't put the sheet over my head. It's like he's still alive telling the story, but he's not. It was called DOA. That was a weird song. My brother used to listen to that. I'm pretty sure the name of the song was DOA.
Well, one was by Van Halen.
No, this is way before then.
Manila Road. Jay-Z sang one. DOA songs from the 1970s, sung by Blood Rock. Yep, this is it. Laying here looking, yeah, okay, we can't really say that. Sheet across my chest.
Yeah.
Yep, it's by Blood Rock.
Blood Rock.
Yep. 1970s.
Yep.
I actually have the lyric. Holy cow.
Yeah, you talking about a weird song.
Okay. You know what? I remember the group.
I didn't remember the group, but I remembered the song. My brother was a big Alice Cooper fan. He was a big Moody Blues fan. He liked Grateful Dead. He liked a lot of that stuff that I didn't like.
Yeah, see, my brother grew up listening to a lot of that stuff, so of course I did. But of course I moved on to like Blue Oyster Cult and things like that. You know, I like the Grateful Dead. Not all of it. Some of it kind of bores the living daylights out of me, but it's cool.
Yeah, I didn't like a lot of that stuff back then.
But I like, Styx and Supertramp, and I like Styx a lot.
Yeah, I like Styx, Kansas, Rush, all that during that time frame.
Yep.
I liked a lot of that.
In concert, that was cool. I went to see Queen, but we actually didn't make it to the concert. Go figure, right? It
I
was
would
in
like,
Montreal. We kind of got
yeah,
St. Catherine Street kind of was on the way.
kind of like me missing the Leonard Skinner concert. Yeah,
Yeah. Can't really. Grand Illusion was your first 8-track. I still have that LP. But as a kid, there was nothing like slopping in, Leonard Skinner in the car and just play on and on and on and on.
especially when I bought my brand spanking new Datsun King Cab pickup truck, and I put stereo speakers in the King Cab from inside the house
Yeah.
and crank it up as high as my 8-track would go. That's probably what's wrong with my hearing to this day.
I did that in my Jeep. I had the big ones, and where the roll bar comes down on the Jeep? I cut them so they slid into the roll bar. I had 14-inch speakers behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't care. Had a soft top. The soft top would go. Sonya gets a kick out of the car I have now. Ford has a nice stereo system in it, but I put in fancy speakers and a subwoofer and an amplifier underneath the dash. Touch screen. Because I wanted good music in my car.
Well, I actually, once I got my King Cab pickup truck, I put TA radials, appliance mags, put a camper cover on the back, took out the back window out of the pickup truck, and put that rubber, look like accordion stuff that would go into the back of the camper cover I had on.
So you had the can window.
Yep, exactly. And then I built a bed frame, and I had a full-size mattress back there, and I had the speakers mounted back inside the shell. So yeah, it was different. Eli family, how you doing?
Yeah, I liked building crazy things.
Used to bring extra. All right, dude. You've asked me about 100 times now. I'm done.
Yep. My hand was reaching.
Keeps telling me he wants to.
You can't do that, though.
Yeah.
It's against YouTube guidelines. You can't do that.
I'm doing pretty good, Eli. How you doing, my friend?
That's actually one of the first paragraphs in their thing.
Yep. Yeah, we used to go camping, bring along 3 or 4 extra car batteries just so we could run the 8-track stereo through the speakers while we were camping.
Yeah. When they came out with an inverter for 12 volt to 20 to 110, it was like, screw that in the back of the station wagon.
Yeah, everybody else would be sleeping in tents or sleeping in their cars, and I had my bed in the back of the Datsun. I was high fashion back then.
Yeah, I had a Volkswagen bus, so.
Oh, you were good to go.
Yep. Had the little stove and the.
Did you have purple shag carpet?
No, it was green.
Oh,
it did have green. The green with the gold flecks shag carpet. Kind of puke green.
Wow. Eli family says, I'm tired. Just got home from my physical therapy. Well, get some rest, Eli family.
Yeah.
That's something I've never had. It's physical therapy.
I didn't go the other day. I'm supposed to be going, but.
See you ride along, gang. I'm sorry I didn't see that you left. I hate I didn't say bye.
I'm worried about going to physical therapy. When the therapist is just a little bit older than my granddaughter.
So, what have they decided to do about your hip?
Therapy.
Well, you know, if you're not careful,
hey, Eli family,
the side that's messed up, you're going to start favoring the other side so much, you're going to mess the other one up too, right?
I'm already doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find myself doing that now.
Speaking of that, have you seen that commercial that's on TV now? I saw it yesterday for the first time. Hey, Bwizzle Aquatics, how you doing, my friend? Apparently, they've come out with something, and they're advertising it's FDA approved. Instead of getting knee replacements and stuff, they got this stuff, a big old long needle. They stick it in your knees or your joints, and it puts this like silicone stuff in there, and it supposedly does away with the pain and keeps you from having to have knee surgery or joint surgery.
Yep, it's funny you say that because they were just talking to me about that for my spine.
First time I'd seen that commercial.
3 or 4 herniated discs in my back.
Yep.
I've had for years, and I don't want to do anything about it because I don't want any more pins and hardware. They said, well, there is this stuff that we can put in there that will expand everything. So great. Spray foam insulation, basically. Yeah. I don't like physical therapy.
Eli says, Vermont pain, I favor my left leg because my right leg is a little weak after being in the hospital with the COVID/pneumonia.
Yeah, mine's the right leg. Right hip. Stupid bone spur. I don't know how I could have cracked my hip without knowing. Well, I guess I do know how I could have cracked my hip without knowing. Pretty positive I know exactly when I did it.
Well, it could have been one of about 14 things. Turning the tractor over in the ditch, falling with the snowblower, falling on the skateboard. There's several.
I don't do that very often, but I did fall on the snowboard.
Yeah, I can think of several different options that it could be.
I'm too young to be old.
Eli says, was on a ventilator for a month. Oh, my goodness.
Well, no, I just can't. It's the same stuff they used for implants. So I really don't know how it works.
I was put in an induced coma. Yeah, this stuff, they said they jamming, the commercial showed it. It's like they jam a needle in there, and it's like that spray foam stuff that you buy for sealing cracks.
Yep.
Looked like they put a Dr. Scholl's in there between your bones.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a gel-cell insert. That's what they showed me the pictures. They're like, yeah, we want to do this, and it will kind of, we'll stretch out your spine. We'll put this stuff in, and after about an hour, we'll release it.
So what they're going to do is put those boots on you and hang you upside down, stretch out your spine, and then fill you full of that stuff?
No, I've had this stuff. I've had these things before. It's I lay down and these things go underneath my arms, and then they strap this harness to my legs, my hip, pull down.
Oh, that's kind of like it was back in the day when you used to get put on the rack.
Yeah, and then they Velcro you down, and then they roll you over. The
Hmm.
whole back of it's opened up.
Naj says, didn't you fall walking the dog last winter, Bruce?
Well, he took me out. It wasn't exactly my fault. The dog was playing and he came at me full power and took me right off both my feet, upside down on my head. He's just a big boy. He doesn't know. He's just a dog. He wanted to play. But when 140 pounds hits you, your legs don't care. What was that noise?
It's raining.
Hard.
Yeah, big. That's the way it always starts here. It starts with them drops that are like this big, and they hit the
Yeah.
window.
I was going to say, all of a sudden I start hearing this tapping.
Yep.
I thought I was losing my mind. That drives Sonya nuts because when she's on her live stream, I could sit there and I could hear Jim talking, people upstairs. Yeah, I don't know. They'll do something. I'm not going
Well,
in for any more surgery.
how far were they going to stay at the campground tonight and then head out in the morning? Is that what their plans were?
5 a.m.
Oof.
Yep. And they're not going to sleep well tonight because they're going to be all nervous about tomorrow.
Yeah, if they plan on pulling out at 5 o'clock, they're probably going to have to get up at 2 o'clock to put everything up and get it ready to travel.
Yeah. I told her she didn't quite give her time period. She's going to take longer than she thinks it is. Because pulling that thing, and of course, there's heavy rain and wind, and pulling a camper you're not going to drive 8 hours straight. Your arms can't do that. Your arms will fall off your body trying to hold a steering wheel. Basically, white knuckling for 8 hours. Oh, you're going to hook all up tonight? All except for your jack in the front? Don't forget to put that up before you leave, by the way. It's really rough on them. He thinks Noah just went by.
Yeah.
You're going to get some. Your dog's probably sitting in the chair out there, too.
Yeah, they'd be sitting out there with his head stuck up like that.
Got his tongue out. Does he ever do that?
Oh, yeah. Both of them do.
Yeah. My dog does that in the wintertime with the snow. It's like, dummy, come inside. No.
The female only gets up in the chair every now and then. But Stormy, that gray one, he lives in that chair, dude.
Have they ever experienced snow?
No, we haven't had no snow.
Oh, they love it, I bet.
But the thing that gets me is, dude, he'll lay his head over the arm of that chair.
I saw it right on his throat.
Right in his throat.
Yeah.
And his tongue will be hanging out this far. And he's sound asleep. I'm like, how does he breathe?
Cut the blood off to his head. Probably doesn't even notice.
I mean, it can't be comfortable.
I got a cat that does that. Lays with his chest on the arm of the chair, so his head's hanging over. It's like, cat, you're kind of losing it. Ted sleeps with his head hanging out. I showed you pictures. He's sitting on the couch and his body's hanging head on the floor.
Well, dude, the thing of it is, I got him it's a 4 foot wide, 4 foot tall, 6 foot long doghouse. I put carpet down. I put everything down for them. They don't even go in the thing.
Yeah, you might as well just turn that into a storage shed.
Naj said, Sonya, are you going to do a drive stream? Sonya said, yes, Naj.
Yeah, I bet your gray one would love snow. He'd probably have his head down, nose right in it, and just a running around circles.
He'd probably be jumping trying to catch it the way he does bugs.
Yeah, Ted does that in the wintertime. He'll put his face right in the snow and just plow. Of course, he's made for cold. I don't know how your big puppies can take the heat, though. Well, they climb under your deck, though, don't they?
Yeah, they go underneath the deck, dude. They got a big old hole dug underneath that. They probably dug all the way underneath the house.
They start coming out smelling like septic. They got a little deep.
Yeah. Plus, I got a kiddie pool out back. I keep it full of water. But here's the problem with both the idiots, dude. And people think I'm crazy when I say this. I'll fill up that kiddie pool with fresh water. All right. They'll go in and out of it, in and out of it, in and out of it. Next thing you know, it's all dirty and sand and everything else. I'll go out and pour them fresh water in the water bowls. They won't drink out of the water bowls. They drink the nasty water out of the damn swimming pool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Ted does. He'll walk right by the bowl I put on the porch if we're outside all day and walk over mud puddle, flower pot, whatever he can. It's like, don't drink that. Well, because my dog's a nutcase.
Yeah, mine ain't got a bit of sense. I mean, none.
He's good as if Alexis is around, he's totally focused completely. I mean, 100% focused on her. Whatever room she's in, he has to be in. He follows her. If she's outside, he is not 12 feet from her max. And he'll face her and just look at her laying there and looking around, watching everybody. And if somebody jogs by, I have to tell him to stay. And that's, a long ways away. I got a long driveway, But if he sees somebody running in the direction of that little girl, no matter where they are, he's ready to go. So almost at the point where I got to put up a fence.
I guess Sonia's going to get up live stream between 5 and 5:30.
Tomorrow morning? Well, sucks to be you. I'm not watching that early. Well, okay, I'll probably be up, but
I'll probably be up, but I'm doing other things. I'm not on the YouTube by then.
I watch YouTube every morning when I drink my coffee and eat my breakfast. But I watch farm shows, or I actually like watching this place from Indonesia or Pakistan where they take and rebuild trucks and stuff. Boy, they put a lot of paint in those trucks. All those things hanging off of them, and the bells, and the little floppy thingies, and the doodads hanging from the windshield. And it's really weird in India and stuff.
They used to do that with jeepneys in the Philippines back in the 80s, dude.
With the bingo balls?
All that stuff hanging, and every time they had a wreck, they would mount a horse on the hood, a little horse statue on the hood, horse head.
So you avoid the one with 20 or 30 of those on the hood?
No, that's the one you want because he's the fastest driver.
Oh. He's the one that drives the most reckless?
Exactly. Dude, you'd have to be an idiot to want to drive in that country.
See, I thought you were joking when you said they had cameras on all sides of their vehicle when they drive if you're from out of the country. And I watched a video. I watched a video yesterday where the guy has them stuck to his windows. GoPros in every direction. He gets in his car, he turns them all on.
I'm telling you, dude, somebody can pull right out the side and T-bone you. and it's their fault.
He says if
And
you
they could
get
be
hit,
500 Filipinos standing there witnessing it. Guess what? 500 Filipinos are going to say, you're at fault.
yeah. He says if you get in an accident, even if it's a scratch or something, you instantly get out and you download all those cards to your phone and send them
Yep.
to your email. He says you carry the little thing where you plug it in instantly. He says because otherwise, if that card gets out of your hand, forget it. He says it won't exist.
And here's the funny thing about over there. Pedestrians have no right of way. None.
Apparently, they don't know how to drive motorcycles either.
No, they don't. They don't know how to drive nothing, dude.
The guy was riding down the sidewalk. Well, kind of the sidewalk, the side of the road where all the people were walking.
Oh, absolutely.
Zigging in and out of traffic and had like 3 people on the back of him.
Yeah.
Sitting on the rack, one in the back seat, and there was a rack in the back where the little kid was sitting, holding on.
Pedestrians have no rights. Whether you're on the sidewalk, on the side of the road, crossing the road, it don't matter. You as a pedestrian, you better have your head on a swivel at all times.
They got still have a lot of trike looking things.
Oh, yeah, there's trikes all over Philippines. That's what you want. You want to get the good trike, though, that's got good shocks and not a loud muffler, because if you get one with no shocks, it'll jar your brains right out your head, dude.
Taking the corner on 2 wheels is a little rough for me, though. That guy goes around the corner, and that thing's just... He was right in front of the guy that was filming. He leans right up, go, yeah. It's like... Didn't care, just zigging at him. Those people are nuts.
Yeah, you should experience in person.
No, I've been in a cab in New York City. I'm good. They're idiots too. What was that? Oh, I must be my wife saying, "Hey, come cook me dinner." I bet.
Yeah, I need to get off here too.
Yep, that's what it was. 5 o'clock. Boy, she's predictable. Of course, I've been down here for 3 hours. Whatever. Thanks, man.
Appreciate you coming up. Have a good evening. What you cooking? Chicken?
No. Salisbury steak.
Salisbury steak.
Yep.
That sounds good. Big mashed taters and man, that sounds good.
Instant mashed potatoes and corn.
Well, there you go. All right, dude. I appreciate it. Sonya, you guys be careful going to the campground. What is today? Wednesday? Sonya, are you doing a live stream from the campground tonight, or are y'all going to bed? Y'all better be going to bed.
Oh, she should do a get ready live. She should do a get ready live stream where she's showing everything and getting ready. People would like that. This is how you plug in.
They better get their butt in their bed, leaving out that early in the morning, pulling that camper, especially if it's going to be windy. They need to get some rest.
Wait.
Anyway, guys, appreciate everybody coming. Bed, no live. There you go. But I appreciate everybody coming by today. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. Remember, always be good to yourself and be good to each other. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you, dude.